Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and a little bit ago I did a video on this Tekton 1/4" square drive handle. It's got some heft to it, beautiful machined aluminum. It's got the port in the back. Basically it's almost as if you just take something aluminum like this and then just throw a shaft through it. And in fact that's something I've been playing with. This is actually a non-snap-on handle. I was thinking about building one where I might just drill a hole, maybe countersink this part just a little bit, heat this up and put it through, and then I would have my own custom drive handle. Probably use something shorter, but playing with the idea. Anyway, this was a big hit. It's outstanding. It's highly affordable at $15. So it's 5 inches long and a 1-inch shank. Now some people were saying, I wish the shank was longer there, because you know, often we want that choice. Here's a couple of vintage snap-ons you can see here, and one is really tight, and I actually do like this. And then here's one that's a little longer. Next up in the generation was this one here, and it did have that driving 1/4" square port in the back. But this is their triangular or tri-lobed shaped soft handle. This is their current iteration with their Instinct handle. Does not have the driving port in the back. And where that's helpful is if you put like a socket or a ratchet or something on it, you can actually drive the handle, or even a breaker bar or something else. But this was the only other Tekton option. And night and day here. Even though this is $10 and this is $15, you would certainly want this nice aluminum one. Well, Tekton delivered, I think. Let's see. Let's open it and find out. To open this, I'm going to use my little out the front scalpel knife. This thing is just outstanding. If you don't have one, you should. So here it is. Let's see what we've got. We've got that. We've got that. All right, so let's take a look at this. Here is the handle. I just love being able to use that. So sharp, and you can easily put it away. No open knives sitting around. There it is. Absolutely beautiful. Very nice. So this one has a 2.5-inch shank. It's the same $15, so that's just crazy. Now you got a double fister here to really turn some things. Beautiful machined CNC, I guess. Nice jimping there, or actually the texture. Just use a roll to probably put that in. Again, it's heavy, obviously a little heavier, because now it's more like this. That's what's probably going on inside it, is something like that. And they just put that handle in there. Absolutely beautiful. Now at $15, that's $10 short of free shipping. And oddly, Tekton free shipping is at $25, which is about almost 1/10 of the required purchase price to get free shipping from Snap-on. Snap-on's just, it's crazy expensive. Plus this comes fairly well wrapped. So what else did I get? Well, let's open this up and see. I got, and Tekton always comes very nicely packaged, 2 more of these stubby sockets. Now I did the video on this where I had these stubby sockets, and what I did is I went through basically Toyota Tacoma and thought, what could a stubby socket possibly fit on? And then I just bought those rather than the whole set. Of course the whole set isn't much more than the individuals. But here is a 19, and the reason I got a 19, well, because I thought, at first I couldn't find a 19 on the truck that I needed a stubby for, or that a stubby would even fit on or be strong enough for. A couple of people made that comment in my previous video saying, why not a 19? There's tons of 19s. Well, I was looking for a 19 stubby, but I thought, okay, I'll do that. And then, of course, there's the 21. So now I've got a 10, a 12, a 14, a 17, 19, 21, and 24. So that's my stubby set. So I guess what I'm really doing is building it out a couple of pieces at a time to get free shipping. Now in the past I did this once. to get free shipping. This thing here is only $10, and this is a low profile 1921 lug nut, basically lug nut flip socket, or any 19 or 21. It's got fairly thin walls. You can see here's a 21 snap-on. If you could read these things, there it is. So you can see it is quite a bit thinner. But the 19 and 21 are two popular sizes that I use. Most of the Toyotas I drive are 21 and the Subarus are 19, so this is pretty good. It's a nice setup. Of course, with these you have to run them on an extension in order to reach the ratchet or the breaker bar, but that is really sweet. And for $10, you could basically outfit all your vehicles with something like this. And see the part number there. What is it? SIF 2119, or no, 21921, I guess, 2119. And you could put one of these in every vehicle. Looks solid. I have not used it. I don't think I'd put it on an impact wrench, something this thin. But I have done that with my Koken here, and my Koken's pretty thin too. You can see it's seen a little work. I really like this, and one of the reasons is these thinner ones also allow you to get to the lug nuts if you've got a cap, you know, one of those decorative caps over the center of the wheel hub. Sometimes the thicker sockets don't fit, so you have to pop that cap off in order to get to the lug nut, or actually fit the socket over the lug nut. But these definitely fit over, so that's quite nice. Usually I break them free by hand, and then I run them on a small like a Milwaukee impact driver just to spin them on and off. Something that's not going to over torque them. But anyway, pretty slick, and it kind of matches the this Klein Tools here as far as the black oxide. So that's pretty sweet. That's probably what's going to end up in my vehicle right there. So anyway, for $10, I could have got that instead of two of these. These were $6 a piece. Actually, it was these two, because once you break, I think 17 millimeter, they go up to $6 instead of $5. But either way, it gets you free shipping, and you end up with a beautiful driving handle. I made a comment earlier if this, you know, was going after County Com, because it is just so much, you know, more refined than the standard one. And this Tekton one, this one I actually got in this aviation kit here. And this, when you're thinking about something like a, I don't know, the Icon kit, this popped out, the Icon kit, what you're after is a small container. And Tekton is making a whole bunch of these. This one contains wrenches. This is SAE stuff. That's why it's a separate kit. But I've got two ratchets, a driving handle, swivel extension, a couple of adapters there, and then an array of sockets. From whatever the smallest one here is, 5/32 on up to 9/16. So that's what's going on in here, and that's actually where I keep this one. So anyway, I'll put a link to the Tekton website if you want one of these. I know a lot of people jumped on this, and now they've got this. So I really, really, really hope Tekton keeps designing these just, you know, kind of over-the-top, fun-to-use, beautiful tools that just, they ooze quality in the hand rather than kind of the conventional stuff we're so used to. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. And with that, Doc out.